Right.
Yeah.
The states in red are the states which have taken in some of the 10,000 refugees from Syria who've arrived this year. Non-red states are those where none were placed. Mississippi, as you can see, is one of those states that took none of the Syrian refugees. Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant is with us now. Governor, you said from the beginning you wouldn't take any Syrian refugees. How did you get out of it?
Well, I think the first thing you do is say no. You send a letter, as I did, to the president. You join with other governors. Primarily, most of the ones that we joined together were Republicans, but I think some Democrats were as concerned as we were. You go to your congressional delegation. You try to have them influence as much as they can this decision as to whether or not we want to send Syrian refugees that have not been properly vetted, in our mind, to the state of Mississippi that already has challenges now with our Medicaid costs and other social programs. 92% at least of the Syrian refugees across the country will receive some type of Medicaid or social direct cash benefits, and we simply said we will not allow this to happen. I will use all executive authority that I have, working with our Homeland Security and state police, to stop these refugees.
Now, of the 10,000 who've come in this year, 9,945 were Muslim, 52, by our count, were Christians. We feel that that is a dreadful, lopsided imbalance because the people who are really being persecuted are the Christians.
Absolutely.
Did that enter into your decision?
It certainly did, and the president said we won't have a religious test. But when this originally began, when the discussion started, it was about Christians that were being persecuted there. And of course, as a Christian, Judeo-Christian nation, we said let us help where we can. But less than 1/2% of those coming into the United States, as you said, the 10,126 actually are Christians. The rest are Sunni Muslims that will be coming into this country, and I can only imagine what ISIS and ISIL must think, how fortunate they are that we are opening the door, that this president is so dedicated, and that Hillary Clinton has said she's going to increase that by 550%, some 620,000 or more Syrian refugees coming to the United States is just absolutely unacceptable, and governors are going to stand against it.
One last one, Governor, real fast. The other side of the coin is that these people are in genuine need. They are refugees. They have been persecuted. They are fleeing war. And we as humanitarians have some responsibility to help. How do you feel about that?
I think what you do is you take an area within Syria or one of their neighboring states, you put a protected zone around it to use the United States military to put those citizens near their original homes until this conflict is over. You help try to bring this conflict to a resolution, but in the meantime, they are staying in their nation. They are protected. We provide food, water, sustenance. We protect those children. We even provide education for them. Rather than bringing them to the United States, disseminating them among a population where we have no idea where they're at, letting them, as Bill Clinton would say, take over Detroit, rebuild Detroit, it's much better to keep them there in their own home country and protect them there. That's the humanitarian thing to do.
Governor Bryant, Republican, Mississippi, thanks very much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Stu, thank you so much for having me.
Sir.